everyone, my name is Kim. What I'm going to talk about today is going to continue this series. I am going to talk about the ENFP'S. So ENFP'S, they're outgoing. Most of them are, but there are some that are reserved. And they can be mistaken as an INFP or something. But generally, they're outgoing. They are just, like a ray of sunshine. People really enjoy themselves in the presence of an ENFP. Because ENFPs, they're friendly individuals. They hold space for people to be themselves. They don't judge them. So, just people, when they're in their presence, they just feel really good, really positive and, uplifted. ENFPs, they see the potential in someone. They're very encouraging, very supportive, and they're charming, and clever and witty. They just make a dull kind of environment. They just when they're there, it's like everything lights up. Everyone's ENFPs want to see people in a good mood, and they're the ones that can do that. They could tell a joke or say something witty, or just their charming ways. It just draws people to them. They're like people magnets. So that's a little bit of an overview of ENFPs. Now we're going to talk about their fears. They are afraid that their personality is going to be way too much for people to handle, because they have a high energy. Even the ENFPs that are a little bit more reserved, not super outgoing, they still, they worry that maybe they're being too much for people to handle. The boundless energy, the enthusiasm, they're like the cheerleaders, and I think maybe, especially for introverts, maybe it might be kind of too much. And ENFPs, they may not even realize they're being that way. For them, they're just like, the energizing bunny. It just goes and goes and goes. They want to keep the atmosphere encouraging, uplifting, positive. And they love getting into deep conversations. Now, for some types, going deep, having a deep and meaningful conversation may be too much for a person. Maybe that, they're not that way. They're just into small talk and, about the weather or, just some small talk. And so ENFPs, like, they're very intense, and so, like, they worry about that. They worry that people will think they're too much for them. The boundless energy is just too much for some personality types. So they worry about that. Also, ENFPs, I had another thought I was going to say. Now I just lost my thought. Another fear of theirs. Okay, got it. So ENFPs, they are explorers. You know, they go down rabbit holes and they explore ideas, new information. They love variety. You know, they have a variety of interests and a lot. And they have a lot of ideas. Because they're any doms. They lead with any. And any is, you know, generating possibilities and ideas. It's like never ending for ENFPs. Their minds are very active constantly to the point where they have to try and dial it down. You know, because they're always, those gears are always going to keep going. So they have a lot of ideas. But since they have, you know, a kind of a weakness is they love starting projects and get enthusiastic, or if they thought of a new idea, you know, and it gets them going, gets them excited. But with all the ideas they have, none of them really go out the door, you know, out into the world, you know, and that is a fear for ENFPs, you know, because they got so many interests, projects, for, you know, whether from work or as a personal project. You know, they just have so much ideas, and they're enthusiastic about it. You know, they love brainstorming with other people. But these ideas, these brilliant, creative ideas, because they're creative, they're like the jack of all trades. So they're, you know, their interests, you know, lie in different bodies of water, you know, different baskets. So with all the ideas they have, it's hard to execute them. And that is one of their fears, is that, you know, they think to themselves, you know, I really want to, you know, get this idea out. You know, I think it's a good idea, and I think it's, you know, going to benefit, you know, mankind or people in my life, you know, like family, close friends, you know, stuff like that. And, you know, it's hard for them to really execute their ideas, you know. So that's another one of their fears. I'm going to keep this short, so okay, another fear that they have is, yeah, I think I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to keep it at this. I'm keeping this short, and I'm going over time here. This video is not a long video. Anyways, I hope you find this information interesting or helpful, and I hope you guys have a good rest of the day, and I will talk to you in the next video. All right.